Welcome back. As both teams are still out on the floor shooting around, 12.5 minutes left to go on the warm-up clock. As you do get a full warm-up time now that we're down to the later rounds in the tournament. No longer do you shoot at the halftime of the game before you. For half of your warm-up, you get a full 20 minutes, or 22 in this case, as it was 5:38 when the College of the Ozarks versus Northwestern game went final, so they gave 22 minutes onto the clock. A full warm-up time for Mayville State and Cedarville. As I mentioned, had a chance to talk with Craig Smith, coach of the Mayville State Comets. Visiting the pregame show with Mayville State head coach Craig Smith. Again, I have to start out with saying congratulations on your win last night.
Thank you. This is a good routine to get into. I like this. So we got to keep this a ritual for another 4 days.
Yep. Well, you come in tonight, you've got Cedarville. You know, I'm sure you've gotten a chance to see Cedarville over the last 2 days. What kind of team do they look like?
They're very good. They shoot a ton of threes. They shoot 26.5 threes a game. They make 9.5 threes a game, so they certainly shoot the ball very well. And they have good size all the way around. They'll start at the 3-man and 6'8" guy. Another one as a 4 is a 6'5" guy, and another guy that's 6'6", and then they come off the bench with a 6'10" kid that blocks every shot in sight. So they're very, very balanced. They do a lot of things well. They're much like us in terms of, I think they really thrive in transition. They do a phenomenal job that way, and they're an excellent rebounding team. They out-rebound their opponents by eight rebounds a game, and so they're a lot different than the first two teams that we played. They're a lot more conventional, so it's going to be a good matchup.
Now, what things do you think went well last night that carry over into tonight?
Well, I thought, the first half, I thought for the whole game we defended very, very well, and we've always said that, if we defend well and we rebound well, we got a great chance to win every night. And so the second half, we just calmed down a little bit. I thought the first half we showed some signs of nervous energy, and we were just jittery and just we're really fast. We always say we want to play defense in 10th gear and offense in 6th gear, and we were playing defense in 10th gear and offense in 15th gear. And we slowed down the second half, and our half court got a lot better shots, and then we really sped up in transition. I think from about the 12-minute mark on, they had no answer for our transition game, and so that all starts with defensive stops. And we went to the zone with about 7 minutes to go, and that was really the difference.
Now, with some of the bigger guys that Cedarville does have, do you look to use the outside game more tonight, or just keep cutting to the basket and doing what you've been doing?
Yeah, we just got to take what the defense gives us. I mean, I like our big guys against anybody. I mean, I think when you're talking about Monty Rogers and Matt Stenjum, and Scott Tice has had one heck of a tournament.
Yep.
We had 11 rebounds in both games, and all three of those guys have played very, very well. And like I said yesterday, like a guy like Zach Alvidrez and Shamel Gilot, those guys haven't been playing a ton, but I'll tell you, 3 games in 3 days, those guys are going to have to play quality minutes for us to have a chance.
And foul trouble again, trouble for you guys last night. Matt Stenjum, he hardly made his presence known in the ball game. And that's got to kind of make you feel good coming in. You guys were able to win last night without Andy Prochka and without Matt Stenjum on the floor for too long.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, Tice, Matt, and AP didn't play very many minutes. I think Matt had 18 and AP had 21 and Tice had 21, and so those guys should be relatively fresh. Certainly we played Howard and 35 minutes and Monty 33 and Marcus Benjamin had 30 minutes, and so, but they're certainly not thinking about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to ride them till they have nothing left, and and that's the name of the game. It's not necessarily. It's really a national tournament about survival, and you just got to find a way to figure things out. To hang around and find a way to win the last 5 minutes. And this is a great tournament because if you're fortunate, you get to try to win 5 games in 7 days or 5 games in 6 days in our case, and really it's just a matter of mental toughness and courage and just playing with some semi-intelligence.
Now, being in the Elite 8 for the second straight year, does that help you out any, ease the nerves, anything like that coming into tonight?
I think so. I mean, our guys have been here. I think we're very, I think we were pretty giddy at this time last year. I still remember that well. I said all year this team is just, I think, a resilient bunch, and there's definitely a mindset and a purpose. And, I mean, it wasn't 5 minutes after the game, and we were just already locked into tonight's game. And so there's always going to be some butterflies and some nervousness, but I think that's a good thing. And so, you know, you can experience in anything when you can always draw back on that, and I think learn from those things, and hopefully those experiences that we've been through will help us tonight.
Now, Mayville State has not made it past the Elite Eight in their school's history so far. OB's trying to mess us up.
Yeah, OB, he's always talking. He can't ever shut up, especially to officials.
So Mayville State has not made it past the Elite Eight in their school's history. Is that a big, important thing for you to get over that hump and get yourself into the Final Four? Is that weighing on your mind?
It doesn't really weigh on your mind, but you know, I'm a history major, so I have a deep sense of history and tradition. And to my understanding, it not only has it never happened in Mayville State history, I don't know that it's ever happened in the North Dakota Collegiate Athletic Conference. I know it hasn't happened in the DAC-10 or the Dakota Athletic Conference. And so, you know, it's another challenge, and hopefully it can be another chapter in the book. But I wouldn't say it weighs on your mind. It might be some motivation, but, you know, I've always been, from the day I got here, being a history major, is you always need to know where you came from, where you are, and where you're going. And, you know, we just got to learn from the past and keep on improving.
And again, I can't imagine it's going to be any different tonight, but you're starting 5.
Yeah, we'll go with the same lineup. If we're making changes now, we're in some deep trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's nice that you do have depth, where you do have some options, but I'm really big into continuity and lineups and guys knowing when they're going to come in for the most part and having a comfort level that way. And so we'll start with Howard again, and Prochka, and Reinhardt, and Rogers, and Spenjum, and you know, we'll see if we have enough gas in the tank. Before the championship game in the conference tournament, we got gas tanks for him, an old Bill Parcells trick, and we'll find out if we have enough gas in the tank.
Well, it seems like a special team and a special year for you guys. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks, Jace. Hopefully we can keep this tradition going.
Hopefully.
All right. Thanks, Jace. You bet. Thanks.
And that was Craig Smith, coach of the Mayville State University Comets. Mayville State had headed out into the locker room. They come back out onto the floor. Cedarville has been on the floor the entire time. Now Cedarville will be in their home white uniforms with the navy blue letters and numbers outlined in yellow, the navy blue and yellow trim on the shorts. Mayville State will be in their royal blue. Mayville across the chest in white, outlined in black. White down the side, MSU on one side of the shorts, the Comets logo on the other. Something I'd never noticed before. They've got the, on the front of the jerseys, around the numbers, they've got the little Comet swoop logo around the number in the front of the jerseys on the road uniforms for Mayville State University. And talking with a lot of the coaches, assistant coaches, and even the trainer, Tim O'Brien. It's a very superstitious ball club, especially within the coaching staff and Tim O'Brien himself. Last year, Mayville State, when they made it to the Elite Eight, they were in their home white uniforms. All 3 games they played last year were in their home whites. The first 2 this year were in their home whites, and then the nice change that they like to see was that Mayville State's in their road blues this time around in the Elite Eight. It's a very superstitious ball club. I even had Jenny play the same song that we had coming into the Open, into our Mayville State Basketball Open, as we did last night, just for superstition's sake. So I've even gotten dragged into the superstition side of this Mayville State University ball club. Still under 3 minutes left to go here on the warm-up clock. Comets, Yellow Jackets still shooting around. We'll come back. We should be just about ready for the starting lineups when we reach. Welcome back. Mayville State has gathered over near their bench. Cedarville taking their last few shots. Now Cedarville adjourning to their bench. I believe we're going to have the national anthem, and we will. Just about set for the 4th and final game of the day. Again, Mayville State will play the final game of the day. They played the 9:15 game on the second day of the tournament, the opening round. And then in the Sweet 16, they played the final game at 9:15. They play the final game now at 8 o'clock. Going to get the national anthem here. We'll come back. We'll be ready for the starting lineup in 2 minutes. As we get set to go for our final game of the Elite 8, Mayville State, number 13 seed, taking on 12th seeded Cedarville. Let's get into the starting lineup. First of all, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Mayville State University Comets, coming in with a record of 25-8 overall, as mentioned, the number 13 seed coming into the tournament. Starting at a guard is Ron Howard, a 5'9" senior from Moreno Valley, California. The other guard is Andy Parachka, a 6' senior out of Mayer, Minnesota. At a forward spot, Chris Reinhardt, hailing from Sharon, North Dakota. He's 6'3" and a senior. The other forward is Monty Rogers, a 6'5" senior out of Murray, Utah. And in the middle will be Matt Stenjum out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. Matt Stenjum stands 6'4" tall, and he is a senior from Mayville State University. Craig Smith, head coach of the Mayville State Comets, assisted by Justin Johnson, Joe Cattell, and Bruce Erdman. And for the home team on the scoreboard, your 12th seeded Cedarville Yellow Jackets coming into the tournament, 23-7, their overall record. Yellow Jackets line up as such. Starting at a guard is Ryan Short, a 6'2" junior out of Springfield, Ohio. The other guard is Eric Leininger. He is a 5'11" senior out of Coppell, Texas. At a forward is Guy Rathmel. Rathmel, a 6'5" senior out of West Windsor, New York. Other forward is Ricardo Aleman, 6'6" freshman out of Kingston, Jamaica. And at center is Michael Venter. Venter, a 6'8" senior out of Novo Hamburgo, Brazil. Yellow Jackets are coached by Ray Slagle. Cedarville out on the floor, as mentioned, in their home white uniforms. Cedarville Jackets across the chest. Navy blue and yellow trim. Mayville State in their road royal blue with the white and black trim. Mayville across the chest. I cannot believe I never noticed that the little Comet swoosh logo is on the front of the jersey for Mayville State University. I guess I really don't see them in their blue uniforms that often. Monty Rogers and Ricardo Aleman will be jumping tip-off here. Tip is in the air, controlled by the Yellow Jackets. Aleman tipped it into the backcourt for Leininger. Leininger gets it front court, bounces it off for Rathmel. Into the corner, back for Meininger, top of the key. Venter swings it off. Three-pointer on the way. Leininger is good. Eric Leininger starts it off with a 3-ball, 3-0 Cedarville with the lead early on. 25 seconds into the ball game, Parachka gets the basketball front court for Mayville State. Gives it off for Howard. Rogers, 17-footer, and he's fouled. Shot doesn't go. Michael Venter called it his first personal, first team foul. Rogers will go to the free throw line, shooting 2 from Mayville State University. Free throws are going to be huge in this game for the Comets. First one is up and no good for Monty Rogers. Rogers will have another attempt coming here. Free throw is up and good for Monty Rogers. 1 of 2 for Rogers, 3-1. Cedarville with the 2-point lead. Into the front court with the basketball. Short. Leininger gives it off for Rathmel. Out high Leininger, that's Short. Short looking around on the wing, driving in, gives it off. Leininger over into the corner. Brings it back top of the key. Swings it off for Rathmel. Inside, Aleman goes up. Matt Stenjum called with the foul. First against Stenjum, first team foul against Mayville State University. Ricardo Aleman will be going to the free throw line, shooting 2. Aleman, free throw on the way is good. 4-1 Cedarville, 19 even left on the clock. Second free throw from Aleman is good. 2 of 2 at the line for Aleman, 5-1. Cedarville with a 4-point lead, a minute into the ball game. Ron Howard gets it front court for the Comets, swings it off. Reinhardt, bounce pass inside. Stenjum backing down. Aleman spins, puts it up and in off the glass. Matt Stenjum, his first bucket. 5-3. Comets pull within 2. Leininger, Venter tries a 3 off the mark. Rebound Ron Howard. Back come the Comets. Howard quickly into the front court, leaves it off for Parachka, fakes a shot, drives onto the wing, gives it inside. Matt Stenjum puts it in. Stenjum with 4. We're tied at 5. 18-20 left to go, first half. Cedarville and Mayville State University. Venter driving in, baseline, lays it up. Michael Venter with his first basket, 7-5. Cedarville by 2. Parachka on the left wing, trying to use a screen from Stenjum, gives it off. Ron Howard spots up a 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound tipped away and out of bounds off of Cedarville. For Mayville State University, they will check in Scott Tice and Tramel Gillat. Scott Tice is a 6'6" senior out of Shakopee, Minnesota. Tramel Gillat, 6'3" junior out of Chicago, Illinois. Comets the basketball. They inbound from the sideline. Gillat bounces it inside for Rogers. Rogers stutter steps his man, puts up a shot, doesn't go. Rebound controlled for Guy Rathmel. Back come the Yellow Jackets. Rathmel into the front court with the basketball, uses a screen. Dishes it off, or excuse me, that was Leininger with the basketball. Venter, Rogers will kick it. Ball kicked. It'll be inbounded from the sideline for Cedarville. Venter, excuse me, not Venter, Rathmel looking to inbound with 17:35 to go. Gets it in Leininger. Dishes it off left side. Jumper from the wing. Rolls in and out from short. And it'll be tipped away out of bounds off of Cedarville. Off the rebound. Comets will take over, trailing by 2 at 7-5. Howard gives it off Reinhardt, running the point for Mayville State University. Top of the key, Reinhardt. Dribbles to his left, stops on the wing, dishes it off for Howard, right wing. Howard spots up another 3. It's short. Rebound controlled by Aleman. Up ahead, Leininger. Leininger from the wing, dishes it off. Venter, top of the key, guarded by Rogers. Venter going to his right, trying to cut in the lane. Dishes it off now. Leininger from 17, rolls off the iron. Rebound controlled. Scott Tice. Back come the Comets. Howard into the front court, cuts through the lane. Left-handed layup is good for Ron Howard. You cannot say enough about Ron Howard's quickness. Down on the other end, three-pointer up by Rathmel. No good. Could add an over-the-back call there against Venter. Ooh, he put it up. Didn't go, but a nice slam home for Ricardo Aleman. Offensive rebounds have been big so far already for the Yellow Jackets. Gillat from the left wing, nothing but net. Tramel Gillat knocks down the shot, ties us at 9. Out high with the basketball is Venter. Swings it off Leininger. Inside, Venter lays it off the glass. Number of players getting ready to check in for both squads. Comets the basketball, trailing by 2, 11-9. Howard into the front court for Mayville State University. Gillat, Rogers looks it one way, gives it off the other for Howard. Looks in at Tice, bounces it into him there. Tice tries to back down his man, lost the basketball, bounces it back out high for Howard, dribbling up onto the wing from the elbow, dishes it off Reinhardt. Gillat, right wing, takes a step up, long 18-footer is good. Tramel Gillat knocks down his second shot. He has 4. Back down the other end. We get Ryan Short already in transition. The bat, not in transition. Ronnie Rogers will lay it back the other end. Just up and down the floor we come. Tied at 13, 15-10 to go. Three-pointer on the way. Ryan Short, that's good. Both teams just hitting with the basketball here. Gilot, right wing, with the basketball. Gives it out high. Scott Tice. Howard throws up a 3 of his own, and that's good. Everything falling now for both teams. We're tied at 16, under 15 to play. Why not? Leininger throws it up. That doesn't go, just off the mark. Rebound Rogers. Howard wants to run, cuts through the defense. Oh my, he lays it in. Ron Howard, he just gets around everybody. Went through a crowd of 4 in the lane and laid it up with the left hand. 18-16, Comets by 2. Could quite possibly be their first lead of the ball game, and I believe it is. No, I take that back. Bounce pass in the lane, now out on the wing. Short tries a 3, it doesn't go, and a foul. It goes against the Jackets. I think we might be getting a technical. Ooh. He certainly thought about it. Venter, Michael Venter's second personal, second team foul. In for the Jackets, Grant Walker, Daniel Rose, and who else? Chris Walker. In for Mayville State University, Marcus Benjamin and Zach Elvedrez. Marcus Benjamin, a junior out of San Francisco, California. Zach Elvedrez, a 6'6 senior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Comets, the basketball. Benjamin throws it in down near the baseline for Tice. 17-footer, short by Tice, but he gets his own rebound, lays it up, and it's good. Scott Tice has his first basket of the ball game. Comets by 4 at 20-16. 13:45 left to play, first half. Short over on the right wing, gives it out high for Chris Walker. Pass inside, Rose, triple teamed, and he walks. Turnover. Comets with the basketball. Elvedrez will inbound from the baseline. Benjamin walks the ball up the floor with the Comets leading by 4 points. Benjamin swings it off for Gilot. Over on the left wing, Gilot drives through the lane, dishes it off. Elvedrez, wide open 3, in and out. Rebound control, Benjamin. Wow, he's good at that. In on the baseline, Tice with the basketball. Gives it back on the left wing for Benjamin. Benjamin, a long 3 off the back iron. Rebound controlled. Gilot underneath the basket. Layup no good. Rebound now controlled by the Yellow Jackets. Grant Walker into the front court. Gives it off. Three-pointer on the way. Chris Beals, who just checked in, doesn't go. Rebound for Rathmel. And the ball's out of bounds off Mayville State University. I didn't see it, but the Comet fans don't agree with it. They couldn't see it through the crowd of men. Matt Stenjum back in for the Comets. Checking back in for the Yellow Jackets. Actually, in for the first time is Tyler Yoder. Jackets the basketball. Three-pointer on the way. Grant Walker knocks it down. First points off the bench for Cedarville. 2019, they cut the deficit to 1. Parachka with the basketball. Top of the key. Swings it off. Left wing, Benjamin. Into the corner, Elvedrez. Benjamin. Top of the key, trying to cross his man. Gets it in the lane. Pass tip. Stolen away by Cedarville. Up ahead with the basketball. Driving through is Beals. Dishes it off. Grant Walker, top of the key. Back for Beals. Grant Walker. Chris Walker bounces it inside. Yoder. Rose with it in the corner. A back out high for Beals. 12 and change to go here in the first half with the basketball. Grant Walker. Beals. Chris Walker, top of the key. Inside for Rose. Little hook shot off the glass. Doesn't go with 2 left on the shot clock. Ball's out of bounds off Mayville State again. I saw that one. That was swatted out of bounds by the Yellow Jackets. Cedarville will keep it. Grant Walker looking to inbound. Gets it in for Rose into the corner, guarded loosely by Stenjum, and a travel. Good call there. Travel against Chris Walker as he received the pass, took a couple of jump stops, and you can't do that. Under 12 to play. Ron Howard fakes a real long three, goes in for the layup. His shot is blocked. Parachka, left wing three, doesn't go. Rebound inside by Rose. Howard strips it loose. It's out of bounds off Mayville State. Cedarville will have it. Wow, looking at Ron Howard next to Daniel Rose. A lot of height difference, about 1 foot 2 inches. 11.5 left to go. Here in the first half, 20-19, a 1-point lead for Mayville State University, and all of a sudden the offense is slowed down for both teams. Beals gives it off Yoder, long three. Beals tries it and knocks it down. Chris Beals with his first basket. Mayville State down by 2, 22-20. Rogers top of the key. Ron Howard in and out. Rebound controlled Rose. Back come the Yellow Jackets. Beals spots up a three. That's no good. Rebound Rogers. Howard looks to run. Gets it into the front court in the lane. Left-handed layup doesn't go. Matt Stenjum's there to pick it up and put it back in. 6 for Stenjum. 22-22. We're tied with 10:45 left to go in the first half. With the basketball, Grant Walker swings it off Beals, driving baseline. Shot up over Stenjum is good. Chris Beals with 5, and now we're going to get a 30-second. Welcome back. 10:33 left to go. Mayville State called the 30-second timeout. Monty Rogers will inbound the basketball for Marcus Benjamin. Up the floor comes Benjamin. Benjamin swings it off Howard, right side. Stenjum trying to back down Rose. We get a foul before the shot. It goes against Tyler Yoder, his first, team's third. Chris Reinhardt replacing Marcus Benjamin. Howard looking to get it in. Lob pass in for Monty Rogers. Tip in, doesn't go. Rebound and putback is good for Monty Rogers. 5 points for Rogers. 24-24. 10-10 left to go. Here in the first half, Grant Walker with the basketball, swings it off Chris Walker outside the perimeter, trying to back down Reinhardt, spin in the lane, shot up. Chris Walker doesn't go. Rebound by Yoder, and he puts it back. Tyler Yoder with the rebound, his first basket. 26-24, Cedarville by 2. Parachka, left wing, bounces it off. Rogers driving in, jump stop, fade away in the lane, short. Rebound Rose. Yellow Jackets with the basketball and a 2-point lead, under 10 to play. Grant Walker out high, dribbles through his legs, met by Howard. Swings it off for Beals. Left wing Beals cutting in, shot is up, doesn't go. Blocked, I believe. I couldn't see through the official. Parachka controlled the rebound, gets it front court, bounces it off into the corner. Matt Stenjum from about 18. Stenjum, couple of dribbles. Now he's driving in the lane, met by Rose. Layup doesn't go, but a foul. Stenjum will go to the line, as Daniel Rose is charged with his first personal, 4th team foul. Stenjum with 6 points. Second on the team, Ron Howard with 7. Monty Rogers with 5. Free throw is up and good. For Stenjum, he has 7 now. Elvidrez back in from Mayville State University. Tice will come in for Stenjum if he hits on his next free throw. Leininger is back in for the Yellow Jackets. Also back in is Alaman and Ryan Short. Also, Guy Rathmel. Stenjum hits them both, as the second one is good as well. 26-26. Scott Tice back in from Mayville State University. Jackets with the basketball. 9:05 to play first half. Into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. Ryan Short with the basketball. Crosses over, spins in the lane, dishes it off. Rathmel, nowhere to go from the free throw line. Bounces it off to Alamon. Fakes a pass, trying to back down Tice. So we get a foul against Scott Tice. Tice charged with his first personal. Second team foul. Free throw is up and good for Ricardo Alemán. He's now 3 of 3 from the line. The only Yellow Jacket to go to the line thus far. Free throws up and good for Alemán. 28-26, 2-point advantage for Cedarville. Howard the basketball, swings it off Parachka. Couple of fake moves, Parachka now out high for Tice. Howard pump fakes a three, gives it off. Elvidrez tries a three and he knocks it down. Zach Elvidrez with his first points of the national tournament. 29-28, Comets back up by a point. Cedarville with the basketball. Leininger gives it off for Beals. Lost it. Parachka with the steal. He wants to run. Parachka up ahead. Has it stolen from him. Turnover right back. Short up ahead. Rathmel lays it up. Guy Rathmel with his first points. Howard, left wing, cuts inside. Goes baseline. Layup is good enough. Offensive foul? No, never mind. Blocking foul. Howard drives to the basket, scores. He'll go to the line, shooting one. The foul against Ricardo Alemán. Free throw on the way, Ron. Howard is good. Howard with 10. Jamel Gilot replaces Andy Parachka. Yellow Jackets of basketball, Leininger under 8 minutes to go. 32-30, Comets by 2 into the corner, Short. And we get a foul against Zach Elvidrez. Jackets inbound the basketball. Short, the left side, dribbles through his legs, guarded by Reinhardt. Spins, got away with a travel, fadeaway jumper. Short doesn't go, rebound knocked around, loose, controlled by Short at the free throw line. Gives it off onto the right wing for Walker, drives in, Rathmel, shot doesn't go, rebound Howard. Back come the Comets, top of the key, Howard. Elvidrez pump fakes a three, gives it off for Gilot. Cross court, Tice, pump fake for Scott Tice, back to Gilot, 20 seconds left to go. Gilot trying to drive through the lane, jumper from the free throw line, off the mark, rebound tip back for Gilot. Howard, left wing, spots up a three, Short. Rebound controlled, Howard spins, lays it in. Ron Howard, he's done it all tonight. He has a dozen, 34-30. Comets back up by 4, tied for their biggest lead of the ball game. Rathmel, Short, right wing, gets it inside. Alemán, guarded by Tice. Alemán goes up strong, shot doesn't go off the iron, but a foul against Scott Tice. Ricardo Alemán, who is 4 of 4 from the free throw line, goes back to the line. Hits the first. Marcus Benjamin, Matt Stenjum, and Monty Rogers return for the Comets. Howard and Gilot remain on the floor. Everybody else takes a seat. Tice, Reinhardt, and Elvidrez. Free throws up and good for Aleman. 6 of 6 now. 8 points for Ricardo Aleman. Michael Venter replaces Leininger. Comets with the basketball. Benjamin gets it front court for Ron Howard. 34-32. Comets by 2. Pass inside, stolen away by the Jackets. Back comes Cedarville. Short. Into the front court. Gives it off for Venter. Driving baseline. Aleman lays it in. Aleman with 10. Benjamin inbounds. 34-34. 6:09 left to go. Here in the first half, Ron Howard with the basketball. Gives it off for Gilot, top of the key. Gilot, nowhere to go. Gives it out high. Ron Howard drives in the lane, forces up a shot. He's fouled on the way up. Shot doesn't fall, but Ron Howard will go to the line shooting 2. The foul goes against Ryan Short, his first, team 6th. Ron Howard, left-handed free throw shooter, sinks the first. Howard had 28 points last night, came into the game with 37. He now has 50 overall with the 13 he's scored tonight. Ron Howard, second free throw is good as well. 14 for Ron Howard to lead all scorers. Under 6 to play, 36-34. Mayville State a 2-point lead here in the first half. Grant Walker swings it off for Short around the screen. Short tries a 3, air ball. And it's out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. Comets the basketball and a 2-point lead here in the first half with 5.5 left to play. Benjamin swings it off. Howard, Rogers, Benjamin left wing. Lob pass inside. Matt Stenjum pump fakes, goes up, lays it in. Matt Stenjum with 10, came into the game with 32. 38-34, Comets back up by 4. Pass stolen, Tramel Gilot, he has Howard, bounce pass through the legs, Ron Howard lays it in. Oh my. I haven't seen that one before. Tramel Gilot, what a pass. 40-34, 6-point Comet lead. Over on the wing. Grant Walker bounces it inside Aleman, and he traveled. Turnover. Number 5 unofficially against Cedarville. 4:49 left to go here in the first half. Comets on a run. Benjamin wants to push it up the floor. With the Comets leading by 6. Stops on the wing. Gilot, fadeaway jumper from about 17, and he knocks it down. Comets by 8, 42-34. Tramel Gilot playing one whale of a ball game so far. Ron Howard will be charged with a foul. His first, team's 5th. Daniel Rose returns for the Jackets. Chris Walker as well. Leininger back in. Chris Beals back in. When the Jackets make a substitution, boy, do they make a substitution. Chris Walker will inbound over on the sideline. He gets it in Leininger. 4.5 left to play here in the first. 42-34, 8-point Comet lead. Rathmel swings it off. Beals around the screen, drives in, gives it Chris Walker in the lane, backing down his man. Matt Stenjum blocked the shot, but we get a foul. Inside, I think it's against Marcus Benjamin. It is. Benjamin's first, team's 6th. Chris Walker, free throw, in and out. Chris Walker's been held scoreless so far in limited minutes. Andy Parachka set to check back in for Mayville State. Walker hits the second. Parachka checks in for Ron Howard, who leads the game with a team-high 16. Benjamin with the basketball for Mayville State. Gets it across the half line. Swings it off Parachka. 4:10 left to go. Here in the first half, a 7-point Mayville State lead. Benjamin Rogers, jumper from 17, knocks it down. Monty Rogers with 7. Comets by 9, 44-35, their biggest lead. Three-pointer, Chris Beals off the mark. Rebounded Benjamin, he wants to run way up ahead. Monty Rogers, ball's loose, out of bounds, off of Cedarville. Pass was just a little too long for Rogers, but swatted away out of bounds off of Cedarville anyway. So the Comets inbound from the baseline. They get it in onto the wing for Parachka. Bounce pass inside Stenjum. Turnaround jumper, good. Stenjum has a dozen. Comets are really on a run now. 46-35. They lead by 11. Free throw line jumper on the way. Rattled in and out. Chris Walker. Another nice rebound by Marcus Benjamin. Craig Smith says run it. Benjamin takes it the whole length of the floor. Shot doesn't go. Stenjum tips a rebound, winds up getting it to Andy Parachka right in front of the free throw line. Stenjum laid out for that one. Rogers inside, lays it in. 9 points for Rogers. 48-35. Cedarville needs a timeout. Comets by 13. 3:08 left to go here. Welcome back. Comets 48. Cedarville 35. 13-point lead. With 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Here in the first half. Cedarville inbounds. Leininger out high, trying to go around the screen from Beals. Top of the key for Rose. 3 minutes left to go. Rose, free throw line jumper, short. Rebounded Matt Stenjum. Another nice rebound from Mayville State. Benjamin comes front court with the basketball. Left wing dribbles through his legs. Gives it off top of the key for Matt Stenjum. Bounces it inside, and we get a hold against Chris Walker. First personal, team 7th. Monty Rogers to the line, shooting 1 in the bonus. Comets have been very offensive in the first 2 games, leading the tournament coming into this round with 189 points. Rogers misses the free throw. Comets with 48 points already here in the first half. 2:40 still left to go. Rathmel knocks down a 3. Guy Rathmel with 5 points. 48-38. Comets still lead by 10. Stenjum drives in, spins, goes up. Ooh, looked like he was hit pretty hard there, but no foul called. Shot didn't go. Rebound Leininger gets it front court, dishes it off Rathmel. Over on the left side, Chris Walker from the wing trying to drive it against Rogers. Goes up. Ronnie Rogers blocks the shot, gets the rebound. Benjamin up ahead, cuts through the defense, dishes it off. AP, faked the 3, gets it at the elbow. Benjamin down to left corner, driving baseline. Goes in for the reverse layup, doesn't fall. Benjamin fell, but the shot didn't. Leininger gets it front court. 3-point try. Chris Beals short. Rebounded by Rathmel. He goes back up, and Stenjum called with the foul. Matt second, team's 7th. To the line, Guy Rathmel. Howard and Elvidrez ready to check back in for the Comets. Yoder. Alaman. Grant Walker rather. And somebody else ready to check in for the Jackets. First shot is good. For Guy Rathmel. Ryan Short also came back in for the Jackets. And now we'll get Venter back in. If the second free throw is made by Rathmel, Yoder will check in, making a full 5-for-5 swap for the Yellow Jackets. 48-39, minute 53 left to go in the half. Second free throw good as well for Guy Rathmel. He has 7 and is replaced by Yoder. Comets with the basketball. Rogers gets it in Howard. Minute 50 to go. Across the half line, Howard. Parachka out high. Elvidrez fakes a pass. Gives it on the left wing for Howard. Starts his dribble, bounces it inside. Rogers backs down his man, puts up a shot, rolled in and out and back down. Rogers has 11. 50-40, another 10-point lead for the Comets. Venter from the corner gives it off out high for Short, driving through, bounces it off back into the corner for Grant Walker. Underhand pass to Short, top of the key. Guarded by Rogers. Short gives it to Grant Walker. Looking inside, Venter, guarded by Parachka. Offensive foul. AP, I think, took a dive on that one. We get the offensive foul against Michael Venter. That's his third, team's 8th. Comets the basketball, minute 9 to go. Reinhardt will bring it up the floor. Across the half line, Reinhardt, Elvidrez, Howard, 27 seconds left on the shot clock. Howard drives in the lane, puts up an awkward-looking shot, and he hits it. Ron Howard has come on offensively the last 2 nights. He has 18 tonight. Rathwell swings it off, 52-40, Comets by a dozen. 3-point try, Venter off the mark. Rebound Reinhardt with 40 seconds left to go. About a 4-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Howard slow to get the ball across the half line, but he does. Comets will play for one more shot here in the half. Howard, Parachka, 17 left on the shot clock. Comets lead by 12. Looking to add to that going into the half. 10 left on the shot clock, 14 and a half on the game clock. Howard, 6 seconds. Looking to attack. Ron Howard meets a double team, a foul. This one goes against, I think it goes against Leininger. Or no, it goes against Short. Second personal, 19 foul. Ron Howard to the line, shooting 1 in the bonus. Free throw is up and good for Ron Howard. Hit the front iron, hit the back iron, danced on the back iron, and dropped. Comets will send in Tremel Gilot if this second free throw is made by Howard. Howard, second free throw, rolls off the iron. Rebound controlled for Short. Howard went for the steal, and it will be called with a foul. Howard's second, team's 8th. Gilot now checks in for Howard with 5.8 to go. Benjamin's going to come in as well for Mayville State, replacing Reinhardt. 53-40. Rose comes in for the Yellow Jackets. Chris Walker will check in for the shooter if free throws are made by Ryan Short. And now Matt Stenjum checks in for Elvidrez. Wonder if we're ready now. Now we're ready to go. Short toes up to the line. Shooting bonus. Short free throw doesn't go. Rebound controlled. Aleman, and he lays it back in. Ricardo Aleman. Benjamin full court shot. Oof, just missed off the backboard. Going into halftime on the Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard, it's Mayville State University 53, Cedarville University 42. We'll come back with the First and Farmers. Welcome back here at halftime. Get our score, 53-42, Mayville State University, the 11-point lead going into the half. Welcome to our First and Farmers Bank halftime report. First and Farmers Bank, the bank with no ATM fees. Stop by for all the details. Comets trailed in the early goings to Cedarville most of the way. They were up by a point at the most until they took a lead 20-18, and from there they have not given up the lead, outscoring Cedarville 23-14 over that stretch. to go up by 11. A huge run, of which I'm not exactly sure what it was. Gave Mayville State their big advantage. They lead here at the half, 53-42 over Cedarville. We'll come back. We'll continue on here in the First and Farmers Bank halftime report in 2 minutes. Welcome back here on the First and Farmers Bank halftime report. The First and Farmers Bank offers you checking that pays. Every time you use your First and Farmers Bank Visa check card, instead of writing a check, you get 10 cents. That's a dime a time every time. Stop by First and Farmers Bank for all the details. Mayville State again with the lead, 53-42 here at the half. The Comets have out-rebounded Cedarville 24-18. In the first half. The turnover battle was won by Mayville State as well, 6-3. Cedarville turned the basketball over 6 times, Mayville State 3 times. Shooting-wise, Mayville State 55% from the field, 22 of 40. 2 of those field goals were 3 balls, 1 for Zach Elvidrez and 1 for Ron Howard. From the line, Mayville State is 7 of 10 for 70%. Cedarville, 40% shooting from the field, 14 of 35. They have 5 threes. 1 by Chris Beals, 1 by Grant Walker, 1 by Guy Rathmel, 1 by Eric Leininger, and 1 by Ryan Short. From the line, they are 9 of 11 for 82%. Individually, here at the half, leading the way in scoring for Mayville State University, 19 points for Ron Howard, 12 for Matt Stenjum, 11 for Monty Rogers. 6 points off the bench, Tramel Gillat, 3 for Zach Elvidrez off the bench, and 2 points for Scott Tice off the bench for Mayville State University. The rebounding numbers: 4 for Monty Rogers, 4 for Marcus Benjamin, 3 for Matt Stenjum and Ron Howard, 2 each for Tramel Gillat and Scott Tice, and 1 each for Chris Reinhardt and Andy Parachka. For Cedarville, leading the way in scoring, 12 points for Ricardo Alaman, 7 points for Guy Rathmel, 5 for Ryan Short, 5 off the bench Chris Beals, 4 points for Michael Venter, 3 for Eric Leininger, 3 off the bench Grant Walker, 2 points for Tyler Yoder, and 1 off the bench for Chris Walker. So we just got done with our halftime entertainment. A number of dance teams came out on the floor and did their show. Rebounding numbers for Cedarville: 4 for Guy Rathmel, 3 for Daniel Rose and Ricardo Alaman, 2 for Tyler Yoder, and 1 each for Michael Venter, Ryan Short, Grant Walker, and Chris Walker. Foul-wise, Cedarville was charged with 9 fouls as a team. The Comets charged with 8. Cedarville, 3 personal fouls against Michael Venter, 2 on Ryan Short, and then 1 each against Ricardo Alaman, Daniel Rose, Chris Walker, and Tyler Yoder. For Mayville State University, their 8 fouls have come: 2 against Ron Howard, 2 against Matt Stenjum, 2 against Scott Tice, 1 against Zach Elvidrez, and 1 against Marcus Benjamin. Those are the numbers here at halftime. I'm looking around to see if Scott Cattell, or Joe Cattell, rather. He is on his way out here from the locker room. What I can tell, he is not yet. We'll come back. We'll continue on in 2 minutes. Welcome back to the First and Farmers Bank halftime report. Visiting with Joe Cattell, assistant coach of the Comets. Joe, what'd you think of the first half?
If any of us would play defense for at least one possession that first half, it would have been nice. But I think at one time, with 8 minutes left on the clock, we had 8 stops. Yep. And we ended the half with 20 stops. So it got a little bit better the last 10 minutes, but it can get a lot better than that. 42 points is a lot of points given up in the first.
Definitely, but you look on the other side of the spectrum, 53 points is a lot to score in the first half.
Yeah, I guess a good shooting always hides some weaknesses, but we just got to make sure we play defense and play for 20 minutes. Play hard for 20 minutes. That's all it really is going to come down to. And cross your fingers back home. We got to get this one done.
That's right.
Thanks, Jason.
Good luck. Joe Cattell. I would like to say hi to Steve Hansen from Chris Buddy Reinhardt. So, Steve Hansen, hello to you. That message passed along. Well, that's just about going to do it for our First and Farmers Bank halftime report. Again, First and Farmers Bank, the bank with no ATM fees. If you want to learn more, stop into the office or into either bank, Mayville or Portland. They'll let you know exactly what that entails. Comets are huddled up over by their bench as they break out onto the floor with 35 seconds still on the halftime clock. Cedarville taking the last few shots as they huddle up slowly but surely by their bench. (53-49), Mayville State the lead. The winner of this game goes on to play Northwest out of Washington in the Final Four. Those two teams, Northwest and the winner of this game, join Mid-America Nazarene and Northwestern out of Iowa in the Final Four. So the winner of this game will be the fourth and final team in that Final Four. Time now for the Woodard Financial second half inbound play. Mayville State will inbound the basketball to get us going. Both teams with their original starting 5. Woodard Financial inbound play is for Chris Buddy Reinhardt, inbounded. Brandy Parachka near the half line. Ron Howard with the basketball. Rogers, Reinhardt, guarded by Venter. Bounces it off inside. Stenjum shot up. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Aleman. Gives it off Leininger into the front court. Short with the basketball. Left wing kicks it off Venter. Back for Short into the left corner. Guarded by Reinhardt. Venter. Lob pass inside. Thrown away. Kind of proud of myself for the first time here at the national tournament. I had the right amount of turnovers for both teams going into halftime. That's the 7th turnover for Cedarville. 19.5 left to play here in the ball game. With the basketball, Ron Howard from Mayville State University trying to add to their 11-point lead. Reinhardt, the left side, guarded by Venter. Spots up, doesn't take the shot, gives it off. Howard out high, drives through the lane, left-handed layup off the glass, doesn't go. Rebounded, Aleman. Leininger brings it up the floor for the Jackets. Gets it out high, top of the key. Spots up, doesn't take that one either. Leininger met by Howard around a screen. Three-pointer on the way. Leininger knocks it down. Eric Leininger, that's his second 3. He has 6 points. Mayville State with an 8-point lead, 53-45. They control the basketball. Howard bounces it inside. Stenjum backing down 2 men. That's Rogers. Couldn't see through the crowd. Just saw 4. Howard, Rogers, goes through the lane, puts up a shot. It's good off the glass. Monty Rogers has 13. 55-45. Comets by 10. Venter, left wing, swings it off. Ron Howard tips it away. Clear lane to the basket. He lays it up with the left hand. 21 for Ron Howard. Scott Tice ready to check in for Mayville State. 18-10 to go here in half number 2. Howard tips another one loose. Reinhardt guarding Short out top of the key. Short swings it off. Leininger. Rathmel short inside for Venter, met by Stenjamin Parachka. Venter dribbles back out onto the wing, bounces it inside. Alama met by a double team. Venter tries a three. It's off the mark. Rebounded Parachka. Up ahead, Howard looking to run again. Splits through two defenders in the lane. Shot up, doesn't go with foul. The foul will go against Leininger, his first, team's first of the second half. Ron Howard to shoot two. Howard, free throw on the way, off the back iron, doesn't go. Scott Tice, Jamel Gilot check in from Mayville State University. In for the Yellow Jackets is Chris Walker. 17:42 left to play. You're in the second half. Howard, second free throw, doesn't go either. Rebounded by the Jackets, front court with the basketball. Leininger swings it off, short on the wing. Trying to get past Gilot. Chris Walker lays it up and in. Chris Walker has three. 57-47. Comets still by 10. Parachka bounces it inside. Rogers in the lane, spins, puts it off the glass, and he hits it again. 15 for Monty Rogers. Back up by a dozen are the Comets. 59-47 around the screen. Three ball up and off the mark for Leininger. Rebound short, puts it in. Ryan Short with 7. And neither team really able to play much defense here. Ron Howard throws up a teardrop, doesn't go, gets his own rebound, goes up, and he's fouled again. Guy Rathmel's first, second team. Howard back to the line. He hit his first 4, and he's missed his last 3. Marcus Benjamin will check in from Mayville State after this first free throw, unless he's coming in for the shooter, Ron Howard. Free throws up and in and out for Ron Howard. Parachka replaced by Benjamin. Ron Howard, second free throw is good. Howard with 22 to lead all scores. 60-49. Comets an 11-point lead. Leininger left wing, guarded by Howard, gives it off. Aliman hands it back for Leininger, driving in, jumper on the way from the left wing, banks it home. 2 points for Eric Leininger. He has 8. 16.5 left to go here in the ballgame. 60-51. Gilot drives in. He's fouled. Jamel Gilot will step up to the free throw line as the foul goes against Chris Walker, his second, team's third. Gilot has 6, make it 7. Gilot close to his tournament total here in the game. He came in with 10 for the first 2 games, and he has 7. He scored 7 on the first night, 3 on the second. Second free throw, no good. Tyson for the rebound, but stepped out of bounds. 1 of 2 at the line for Jamel Gilot. 61-51. Comets again by 10. Long 2, no, they would have given that a 3. It didn't go anyway for Chris Walker. Howard the rebound. Howard dishes it off Benjamin. Tice on the right wing. Bounces it off. Rogers, turnaround jumper, doesn't go. Foul against Scott Tice. Tice's third. First against Mayville State University. Here in the second half as Matt Stenjum replaces Tice. Tice will take a breather with his third foul. 16 to play, 10-point lead for Mayville State University. Leininger gets it front court, guarded by Howard. Bounces it off out high for Rathmel. Net by Rogers. Handoff short around the screen. Dishes it off. Three-point try. Leininger on the way. Off the mark. Rebound Rathmel. Putback is good. Guy Rathmel has 9. 61-53. Comets an 8-point lead. Ron Howard the basketball for Mayville State. Howard, crossover dribble, three-point try, off the back iron, and it hit the little strap above the backboard. So that's out of bounds. Cedarville will have the basketball. AP, Andy Parachka back in for Ron Howard. Yellow Jackets the basketball, down by 8. They have outscored the Comets 11-8 so far here in the second half. Driving in, Ryan Short lays it up. 9 points for Short, 61-55, 6-point lead for Mayville State. Craig Smith wants to call a full time. 15:06 left to play here in the ball game. 61-55, a 6-point Mayville State University lead. They called the full timeout. Parachka inbounds the basketball for Mayville. A travel against Marcus Benjamin. Fourth Mayville State turnover. Benjamin seemed to be just about as perplexed as I am. Chris Walker, left wing, gives it off. Fake three attempt there by the Jackets inside. Rose, offensive foul. Matt Stenjum took the charge. Second personal against Rose, fourth team foul. Chris Reinhardt checks in for Gilot. Benjamin with the basketball for Mayville State. Gets it across the half line, dishes it off. Buddy Reinhardt looking around. Reinhardt on the wing, out high Parachka. Andy Parachka bounces it off for Monty Rogers. Benjamin wide open three. He didn't take it. Drives in, has a shot blocked by Daniel Rose. Up ahead, Short with the basketball as it was rebounded by Rose. Short into the corner for Rathmel. Inside, Rose, ball lost out of bounds off the Jackets. 14-19 left to play. Comets remain with a 6-point lead. Benjamin up the floor, across the half line, met by Short. Dishes off left wing, Reinhardt gets it inside for Stenjum. Double dribble. Another Comet turnover. Grant Walker checks in for Mayville State. Ricardo Alaman back in as well for Mayville State. Yellow Jackets the basketball, Short across the half line, met by Reinhardt, running the whole way, shot up, doesn't go, long rebound, controlled by Chris Walker, puts it back up, doesn't fall either. Another long rebound, Andy Parachka gets his paws on it. Benjamin brings it front court for Mayville State, gives it to Parachka. Benjamin, lob pass inside, Rogers draws a double team. Out onto the left wing, Rogers driving in, spins, lost the handle, he's fouled. Get 2 shots for Monty Rogers. Ryan Short charged with his third personal. Team's 5th. Rogers, 1 of 3 at the line. Free throw is good. Chris Beals replaces Short. Rogers will try another free throw. Oh, this one good as well. 17 for Monty Rogers, as he and Matt Stenjum are the only players out on the floor that have scored so far for Mayville State University. Yellow Jackets with the basketball. Top of the key. Smith gives it off for Beals, knocks down a three. Chris Beals with 8 points. 63-58. Cedarville within 5. Comets the basketball. Parachka, Benjamin, Reinhardt. Those three guys are the ones on the floor that haven't scored. Stenjum inside. Goes up. Shot blocked from behind by Chris Walker. Stenjum gets a loose ball on the floor. Calls a timeout. Mayville State wants 30-second timeout, back in 30. Welcome back. 13:03 left to play. Second half, 63-58, 5-point Mayville State University lead. They've been outscored 16-10 here in the second half. Ball's inbounded. Prochka left wing out high for Reinhardt. Bounces it off to Benjamin. 3 Comets ready to check into the ball game. Parachka, Benjamin. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Benjamin loads up a 3. Shot doesn't go. Rebounded Rose. Back come the Yellow Jackets. Front court, Chris Walker from the left wing. Tries a 3 of his own. That's a little long. Rebounded by Alaman. Walker again from the corner. This time he knocks it down. Chris Walker with 6. 63-61. All of a sudden, the Mayville State lead is down to 2. Parachka driving in from the right wing. Gives it off. 18-footer. Monty Rogers doesn't go. Rebound Beals. Cedarville with the chance to tie or take the lead for the first time in a long time. Beals with the basketball. Gives it off for no one in particular. Loose ball picked up. Chris Walker tries a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound Stenjum. Mayville State trying to add to their lead. They lead only by 2. Benjamin takes it the whole way. Little fade goes. Marcus Benjamin, his first basket. He's been clutch all through the tournament so far. 25 points overall for Mayville State. 65-61. Comets a 4-point lead with 11:45 left to play here in the ball game. Hook shot on the way. Rose doesn't go. We get over the back against Ricardo Alaman. Second personal, 6th team foul. Comets will have the basketball. It's Tice, Gilot, Tice, Gilot, Ron Howard, and Zach Elvidrez come in. Marcus Benjamin, the only Comet to stay on the floor. Howard with the basketball, right side, trying to get past his man short. Goes up, lays it in. Ron Howard is so quick. He creates things that aren't even there most of the time. He has 22, or 24 actually. Left wing, driving in. Ball knocked loose by Tice. It's out of bounds off of Cedarville. 9 turnovers against Cedarville. Alaman hit the floor. He's slow to get up. Helped up by one of his teammates, but he appears to be all right. They gave Benjamin the 2 points for Ron Howard. Up the floor comes Marcus Benjamin from Mayville State University. Dishes it left side. Howard from the wing. Now they're correcting it on the scoreboard. Out high, Benjamin with the basketball from Mayville State. Shot clock to 16. Benjamin wants a 3. It's short. Rebound controlled by Rathmel. Up ahead across the half line. Walker, Grant Walker that is, tries a 3 of his own. That's in and out. Rebound through the hands of Tice. Controlled Elvidrez. Comets want to run. Benjamin. Howard stops on the right wing. Fires up a 3. It's off the mark. Rebound controlled. Alaman. Back come the Jackets. Down by 6. 3-point try here. No good. Rathmel. Benjamin another rebound. And again, Benjamin wants to run. Cuts through the defense. Almost loses it. Gets it back. Elvidrez wide open. 3-point try. In and out. Rebound out of bounds off Cedarville. 10-11 left to play here in half number 2, 67-61. Comets, a 6-point lead. Ball's inbounded. Elvidrez spotted up a 3, didn't take it. Ron Howard, right wing, round the screen from Elvidrez. Howard at the top of the key, bounces it off for Benjamin. Gilot into the corner. Gilot, fadeaway 3, and he rolled it down. No, just a 2 for Gilot. Either way, it was a great shot for Chamel Gilot. He has 9. 69-61, Comets by 8. Jackets, right wing, jumper coming here, doesn't go for short, rebounded by Gilot. Gets it into the front court for Mayville State, trying to dribble his way past short. Elvidrez, Gilot, Benjamin out high, swings it off Howard. Howard driving in through the lane. He's fouled on the shot. Doesn't go. Foul goes against Chris Beals. Beals charged with his first. That's the team's 7th. Ron Howard to shoot 2. Made his first 4, missed his second 4, and made 1. Now he's in and out on his first attempt here. Leininger and Rose check back in for the Jackets. Monty Rogers replaces Elvidrez. Howard, couple dribbles, free throw from the line, doesn't go. Rebound Rathmel. That's now 5 of 11 shooting from the line for Ron Howard. Ball knocked loose. Howard stolen by Tice. He lost it right back to the Jackets. Rose, short, gives it off. Left wing, 3-point try. Chris Beals rolls out, rebounded, put back. Rathmel and a foul against Benjamin. Guy Rathmel has 11. He'll go to the line shooting 1. Marcus Benjamin charged with his second foul. Second team here in the second half. 9:06 to play. Yellow Jackets within 6, 69-63. Rathmel able to close that deficit even more if he hits this shot, which he does. He's now 3 of 3 from the line. 69-64. As Chris Walker comes back in for the Jackets. Winner plays in the Final Four starting on Monday. Winner will play at 6 o'clock on Monday. Gilot with the basketball. Trying to go around the screen from Tice. Loads up a 3. Chamel Gilot. He got it. A dozen for Chamel Gilot. 72-64. He's been clutch offensively off the bench for Mayville State. Turnaround jumper doesn't go for Rose. And Tice will be called with his 4th personal. 3 against Mayville State as a team. Matt Stenjum back in for the Comets. After this shot from Daniel Rose, who has been scoreless so far, came into the game with 19 through the first 2 rounds. Free throw. Good. Stenjum replaces Tice. Rose will try another with 8:40 to play. Doesn't go. Rebound falls for Stenjum. 72-65. Comets by 7. Benjamin swings it off. Gilot driving from the right wing. Stops at the elbow. Bounces off Stenjum. Benjamin starts his dribble. Lobs it in for Rogers. Gets it into the corner. Gilot left wing extended. Driving in, Gilot, nice pass. Benjamin, reverse layup as he falls down, doesn't go. Ooh, all the Comets are falling here. Who's the foul going to be on? 5 players hit the floor. Benjamin, Stenjum, Gilot, Walker, and Short. Short seems to be hurt. The foul goes against Daniel Rose, his 3rd, team's 8th. Gilot to the line as Reinhardt will check in, as will Parachka. Benjamin gets a seat. Gilot to the line, shooting bonus. Trammell, first free throw off the back iron, doesn't fall. Rebounded Rose. He falls but catches himself. Did not move his foot, so he didn't travel. 8:05 to go into the front court with the basketball. The Jackets, short, left wing. Uses a screen, met by Rogers. Top of the key, Chris Walker. 17 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Leininger from the right wing, bounces it off inside. Rose goes up, puts it off the glass and in. Daniel Rose with 3. 7:40 to go. 5-point lead, Mayville State. Parachka off the mark with a 3, and now we get a foul. Matt Stenjum on the rebound. His third, team's fourth. Chris Reinhardt will check in for Trammell Gilot. 7:35 left on the game clock. Into the front court with the basketball is Leininger. He swings it out high for Chris Walker. Leininger again on the left side. 22 left on the shot clock. Guarded by Parachka. Leininger around the screen. Puts up an 18-footer from the wing. It's good. Eric Leininger, he has 7.5, 10 in the game. Howard takes it the whole way. Left-handed layup is good. 26 for Ron Howard. Back the other way, three-point try. Spotted up, doesn't go by Leininger. Rebound falls to Rogers up ahead. Ron Howard beats his man. The layup doesn't go, but Rogers is there to get the board and put it back down. Rogers has 19. 76-69, Comets by 7. With the basketball, Leininger gives it out high. Chris Walker, 20 on the shot clock, spots up a 3. It's good. Chris Walker hits his for second 3. And has 9 points. Howard has the ball taken away, but it goes out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. 76-72. Comets by 4. 6:17 left to go. Jackets bring Aleman and Grant Walker back into the ball game. Reinhardt will inbound. Scott Tice ready to check back in for the Comets. He comes in, replaces Stenjum. Comets will inbound. Howard near the half line, running a play from Mayville State University. Hands it off Reinhardt. He'll run the point, gives it for Rogers. Howard driving in. Ron Howard, floater in the lane, a little short. Rebounded by Chris Walker. Gives it off to Leininger, under 6 to play. Front court, Leininger swings it off. Chris Walker. Walker around a screen. Rogers got through it. Rathmall inside. Chris Walker backing down, Aleman backing down Tice. Ron Howard dives on the floor, gets a loose basketball, and travels. Oh, boy. He didn't have control of the basketball. Him and a Cedarville player were fighting over it. So I don't know how you can say he traveled. 5:37. .537 left to go. Comets are by 4. 76-72. Three-pointer loaded up, doesn't go. Could have had over the back against Aleman. Ron Howard winds up with the board anyway. Gives it off. Andy Parachka tries a 3, knocks it down. First bucket for AP. Puts the Comets back up by 7, 79-72. Leininger lobs it inside for Aleman. Tice lost his footing, and Aleman lays it in. Ricardo Aleman's first points of the second half. He has 14. 79-74. Comets by 5. 5 minutes left to play here in the ball game. And what a ball game it has been. Howard dishes it off out high. Tice fakes a pass to Reinhardt. Starts his dribble. Nice pass inside. But a reach-in foul against Chris Walker. Walker's third. Team's ninth. Marcus Benjamin checks in, replacing Chris Reinhardt. Rogers at the line, shooting the bonus. He's 3 of 5, hitting his last 2 from the line. 19 points. Free throw. Rolls around and it's good. Short back in for Cedarville. In the Battle of the Villes, Mayville and Cedarville. 4:49 left to go. Comets by 6. Jamel Gilot ready to check back in for the Comets. Second free throw, Rogers. Off the back iron, no good. Nice board. Marcus Benjamin, ball control. It was tipped away by Benjamin. What did we get here? Oh, Craig Smith got a full. 4:46 left to play. 80-74. Comets by 6. They got the full timeout, and they'll inbound the basketball. Tice, Howard, Rogers, Benjamin, and Gilot step onto the floor for Mayville State University. Short, Rathmel, Aleman, Chris Walker, and Leininger on for the Jackets. Gilot looking to inbound the basketball, swings it in for Scott Tice. Hands it off. Marcus Benjamin setting up a play. 25 on the shot clock. Benjamin dribbling the basketball near the half line, gives it for Tice. Tice into the corner. Ron Howard dribbles up onto the wing, loses his footing. We get a foul that I don't think actually occurred. Eric Leininger charged with his second, team's 10th. Ron Howard to the line. Shooting double bonus. Free throw on the way. No good for Ron Howard. Howard struggling at the line here. He is 5 of 12. 5 of 13, 0 of 2 at the line for Ron Howard. Free throws, as I mentioned earlier in the game, are going to make or break the Mayville State Comets. Into the front court, Leininger for the Jackets. Gives it off to Short as the Jackets control that rebound. Leininger into the left corner, inside. Aleman goes up against Tice, puts it off the glass. Ricardo Aleman. He has 16. Cedarville within 4, 80-76. Tice with the basketball. Dishes it off, Ron Howard. Out high, Howard, 20 on the shot clock. Dishes it off, Benjamin Gilot. Top of the key, Gilot dribbling with the left hand. Crosses over, driving inside. Gilot traveled. Daniel Rose back in for the Yellow Jackets. Chris Reinhardt in for Mayville State. He replaces Gilot. Three minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Here in the second half, 80-76, a 4-point lead for Mayville State University. Jackets with a chance to cut it in half, possibly bring the deficit to within 1 on this possession here. Leininger swings it off for Short over on the left wing. Looking around, guarded by Benjamin. Out high, Rathmel. Rathmel gives it off. Leininger lobs it inside. A dunk by Daniel Rose on the alley-oop, and he is fouled. Huge play right there for the Yellow Jackets. Chris Reinhardt charged with his first personal foul. 5th team foul against the Comets. Daniel Rose, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, with the opportunity to close the gap to a point. Daniel Rose, free throw, good. 80-79. Matt Stenjum checks in for Scott Tice. Rose with 6 points, and those 3 probably the biggest, at least so far, of the game. Andy Parachka checks in for Benjamin. Marcus Benjamin with 2 points in the ball game. Mayville State with the basketball. Ron Howard dribbling with the left hand, guarded by Leininger. Dribbles through his leg, gives it off for Stenjum, trying to back down Rose. Gets by him, layup, doesn't go, it's blocked. Stenjum loses footing, long rebound, Andy Parachka. Top of the key, Rogers. Drives in, jump stop in the lane, out high for Parachka. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. As they didn't hit rim, Howard lost it. 4, 3, 2, three-pointer up for Howard, short. Rebound, Stenjum goes up strong, lays it in. Stenjum with his first points of the second half, 14 overall, puts the Comets up by 3. A long 3, Ryan Short doesn't go. Rebound controlled Reinhardt. Comets lead 82-79, 2.5 left to go here in the ball game. Howard with the basketball, gets it across the half line from Mayville State University. Dishes it off Parachka. Howard looking around, goes around the screen from Stenjum, left side. Howard out high, Parachka. 15 on the shot clock. Reinhardt with the basketball. Howard drives through the lane, dishes it off, wide open 3. Andy Parachka off the mark. Rogers lost the ball out of bounds. He fell down, may have gotten knocked down as he tried to secure the rebound, and it goes off of him and out of bounds. Cedarville will have the basketball. 2:05 left to go here in the game. It's a 3-point ball game. Mayville State in control. Aleman has his pass swatted away by Stenjum. Aleman gets it back, short, guarded by Reinhardt. Driving in, short, spins in the lane, shot up over Stenjum, doesn't go. Rebound, Rathmel gives it off, wide open 3. Ryan Short doesn't go. Rebounded by Aleman. Leininger, Short fakes a 3, gives it off. Leininger driving in the lane, shot is good. Off the rim, off the glass, and back down for Ryan Short. He has 11 and a timeout. Yellow Jackets, full timeout. Welcome back. Minute 33 left to go. 82-81. Mayville State a 1-point lead. As Cedarville called the full timeout. I think. Pretty sure. Mayville State will have the basketball. Chris Reinhardt looking to inbound from the baseline. Bounces it in Ron Howard. Howard in no hurry to get the ball up the floor. Gets it across the timeline. Parachka. Rogers out high. Swings it Reinhardt. Comets would like to score here. Howard drives in on the baseline, met by a double team. Bounces it off for Rogers. Parachka. 17 left on the shot clock. Minute 12 on the game clock. Rogers, 17-footer on the way, comes short, rebound Stenjum. Parachka. Howard dribbles back towards the half line with a minute left to go. 82-81, Comets by a point. Craig Smith tells Howard to back up towards the line, try to wear down the clock. Hopefully this benefits the Comets and they put in a basket. Howard with the basketball, lost his footing, lost the ball, 6-5, Parachka, 4-3 around the screen, Parachka, Rogers turnaround jumper, doesn't fall, rebound Rose, guarded by Stenjum, 30 seconds left to go, shot clock turned off, Comets lead by a point, they need a stop, left wing, Short with the basketball, 20 seconds left to go, near the half line, Short gets by Reinhardt, dishes it off. Rathmel driving in the lane, shot up, doesn't go. Rebound, Rose. Howard fouls him before the shot. A very smart move by Ron Howard. 6 fouls against the Comets, 3 against Howard. Scott Tice will check in. 8.6 left on the clock. Comets lead by a point. at 82 to 81. Cedarville wants a timeout, full timeout. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Welcome back. I forgot to mention Marley Papin Foods. Congratulations, our Pizza Shop coupon winner was Marley Papin Foods. 8.6 ticks left on the clock. 82-81. Mayville State a 1-point lead. Cedarville, the basketball. Still in the timeout, the full timeout called by the Cedarville Yellow Jackets. Cedarville with 10 team fouls, so any foul they commit will put Mayville State at the line for double bonus. Mayville State, one more foul puts them in the bonus, or actually puts Cedarville in the bonus. It's going to be interesting, the game plan Mayville State comes out with. 8.6 left on the clock. They need a stop. Have to have a stop. They do have two full timeouts left. If the Jackets were to score quickly off the inbound, Jackets will inbound from the baseline. Leininger looking to inbound. Leininger will inbound for Cedarville. Can't get it in. He throws it into the backcourt. Short. If Reinhardt hadn't had his back turn, could have gone after that. 6 seconds to go. Short gives it off. 3-point try on the way. Off the mark. That's going to do it. Mayville State University with the win. 82-81. And they find themselves a spot into the Final Four at 6 o'clock on Monday night. Mayville State got the stop and the win. Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. Mayville State 82, Cedarville University 81. We're back with the post-game report in 2 minutes. Final score 82-81. Mayville State moves on into the Final Four for the first time in school history. And as Craig Smith mentioned, possibly the first time in conference history, even going back to the North Dakota Collegiate Athletic Conference. What a ball game. 82-81 the final. With the win, Mayville State advances into the Final Four with a record of 26-8. The loss drops Cedarville to 23-8. That's how they will end their season here in 2007. Cedarville came out early. They led by as many as 4 and 5 in the very early goings. Craig Smith's Comets would come back to take a 20-18 lead, and they did not trail for the rest of the game. If I recall right, they did not lose that lead for the rest of the ball game. It got close. It was tied, I believe, at a couple of points, but they never lost the lead. They led at the end of the first half, 53-42, an 11-point lead, but then Cedarville made it interesting, outscoring Mayville State 39-29 in the second half to narrow it down to a point, but they could not hit with 8.6 seconds left to go in the ball game. After they took a timeout, they missed 2 shots. Actually, no, just the 1 shot. Excuse me. They missed their shot, and Mayville State gets the win 82-81. Looking at the final numbers, Mayville State knocked down 33 field goals, 4 of which were threes. Ron Howard had 1, Andy Parachka had 1, Zach Alvidrez had 1, and Tramel Gilot had 1. Comets from the field shot 46% for the game, 33 of 72. They shot 24% from three-point land, 4 of 17. They shot 48% from the free throw line at 12 of 25. make a change there. I had them for 14 free throws in the second half. They had 15. So 12 of 25. Comets shot under 50% at the free throw line, but we're still able to come away with the win. For Cedarville, 30 field goals, 9 of which were threes. 2 for Chris Walker, 2 for Chris Beals. Grant Walker had 1. Guy Rathmel had 1. 2 for Eric Leininger, and 1 for Ryan Short. Overall, the Cedarville Yellow Jackets were 12 of 15 from the free throw line. They shot 42% from the field, 28% from three-point range, and 80% from the foul stripe. Rebounds went in favor of Mayville State University just by 2, 46-44 over Cedarville. Turnovers, 12 against Cedarville, 7 against Mayville State University. Individually, for Mayville State University, Ron Howard with 26 points to lead all scores, 20 points for Monty Rogers, 14 for Matt Stenjum, 12 off the bench for Tremel Gilot, 3 each for Andy Parachka, Zach Elvidrez, and 2 for Scott Tyson, Marcus Benjamin. Chris Reinhardt held scoreless in the ball game. Rebounding numbers for Mayville State, 8 for Monty Rogers and Matt Stenjum, 7 for Ron Howard, 5 boards for Marcus Benjamin, 4 for Andy Parachka, 3 for Tremel Gilot, 2 for Scott Tice, 2 for Chris Reinhardt, and 1 board for Zach Elvidrez. For Cedarville, need to tally up their points still. 16 points for Ricardo Alaman. 12 for Guy Rathmel. 10 for Eric Leininger. 11 for Ryan Short. 4 points for Michael Venter. 3 for Grant Walker. 6 for Daniel Rose, 8 off the bench for Chris Beals, 9 for Chris Walker, and 2 for Tyler Yoder. Rebounding numbers for Cedarville University, 11 for Guy Rathmel, 8 rebounds for Ricardo Alaman, 8 for Daniel Rose, 4 for Chris Walker, 2 for Tyler Yoder, 2 for Ryan Short, 1 each for Michael Venter, Eric Leininger, Chris Beals, and Grant Walker. Personal fouls. Nobody fouled out in the ball game for Mayville State University. 4 against Scott Tice, 3 against Ron Howard and Matt Stenjum, 2 against Marcus Benjamin, 1 against Zach Elvidrez and Chris Reinhardt. For Cedarville, 3 each against Ryan Short, Michael Venter, Daniel Rose, and Chris Walker, 2 against Eric Leininger and Ricardo Alaman, and 1 against Guy Rathmel, Tyler Yoder, and Chris Beals. Again, Mayville State, 82-81, gets themselves an opportunity to play in the Final Four at 6 o'clock Monday night. There's a day off tomorrow as the teams taking part in the Final Four go on a boat cruise, or boat banquet. I don't know if you can call it really a cruise. It's a boat banquet tomorrow, as all 4 teams will get a day of rest before we come back. 6 and 8 are the scheduled game times on Monday. Monday at 6 Northwest, the number 16 seed takes on number 13 seed Mayville State University. And the other semifinal game, number 11 seeded Northwestern takes on the 2nd seeded Mid-America Nazarene. The winners playing for the national championship Tuesday at 8:30. Quite an exciting ball game. Mayville State came away with the win by a point, 82-81. As we're going to wait for Craig Smith to find his way out of the locker room. I have a feeling that he may have been sideswiped by a local newspaper or something like that, as that seems to happen from time to time. I think it happened last year. But I haven't seen any of the players come out onto the floor. Any of the players that dress for the varsity team. So possibly they're still talking things over. Again, Mayville State 82-81 moves on into the Final Four for the first time in their school's history. Northwest found their way into the Final Four, beating Cornerstone 98-69 in their quarterfinal game. Northwestern beat Ozark 73-57. Mid-America Nazarene beat Indiana Wesleyan 77-68. In case Ross Olson is still listening, the answer is very, very happy right now, Ross Olson. Well, see Matt Stenjum. No Coach Smith. There's Bryce Laxdal. So a couple of the Comet players, Chad Hobbs, back out onto the floor. Still no sign of Craig Smith. Take a 1-minute timeout. Hopefully we'll find out the whereabouts of Craig Smith and we'll continue. Welcome back to the post-game report. Craig Smith, coach of the Comets, joining us here on the post-game report once again. And again, got to lead off with congratulations on your win, Coach.
Thank you. I love listening to this song after a win, right? Celebration. So it's, we'll enjoy it for tonight, but it's well earned. I mean, winning 3 games in a row like that against 3 very, very good teams. This team's a heck of a team. And they have everything. I mean, they're tremendous size. They can really shoot it. And they got the 22 kid is a heck of a player. And so, but it was a hard-fought win. And we just did enough to hang on. I felt like we kind of ran out of gas, but we got to go with the horses that got us here, and we had just enough.
Now, you mentioned running out of gas. You guys did lead by 11 at halftime. You wind up winning by a point. But at this point, I got to imagine a win's a win. A
win's a win, baby. It's amazing that the difference between total elation and total devastation. Devastation is 1 point, but we always say all the time, hey, every possession counts. I mean, just because you're up by 10 or 15 doesn't mean you just start jacking shots or get lazy defensively. But I tell you, this team is really starting to play well, and I mean, all the effort things. We have 19 offensive rebounds. We out-rebound a team that out-rebounds their opponents by 8 a game. And I just think that speaks volumes. If we make our free throws, I mean, Ron Howard goes 5 for 13. Ron had a tremendous game, but he goes 5 for 13 from the line, and our team goes 12 for 25. And if it wasn't for that, we win pretty comfortably. But we got to figure out a way to knock those down.
Definitely. But as you said, a win's a win. You come in, and this is the first time in school history you make the Final Four. 8.6 seconds left on the clock. A timeout is called by Cedarville. What's going through your mind?
Well, we've been playing a lot of zone recently, and we thought for a second about that, but not really. I mean, I asked the guys, I think it's important to ask your team what they believe in, and immediately all of them, man. And, the first thing we said, there's so many games in this type of situation won on an offensive rebound tip-in. And they almost got an offensive rebound stick back, but one of our guys made a great play to deflect it out of bounds before that. But they run an out-of-bounds play for a lob. We thought they might run that, so we talked that out. And then we talked out the other play that they did run. And Scott did a great job, Tice, of getting through a screen. And then I'll tell you what, Monty's guy set one hellacious screen on Chris Reinhardt's man. And Chris is, I don't know if you'll ever find a tougher player than that guy. And Chris just pushed and shoved and fought his way through that thing. They almost got a 5-second count, and they threw it all the way to the backcourt. And so then it was just, but they had it in their best player's hands. And so Chris just did a great job. He's so intelligent, just sitting down and guarding it, and really cut him off and doubled. And then we got fortunate because they found the open man. Although the guy that shot the ball, number 24, Leininger, he missed the wide open 3. He's a 29% three-point shooter, so, but I got to tell you, it looked good coming out of his hands.
Yeah.
But thank God it was a high rebound, so they really didn't get a chance to get a tip in. So just credit our guys for having enough gas to get it done.
Well, 3 down, 2 to go. I'll let you go enjoy this one.
Well, I got to tell you, I can't tell you how many compliments we have received as a coaching staff and players on our fans at this tournament. It is from tournament director Scott McClure to the people of the College of the Ozarks to other people's fans. Our fans have just been unbelievable, and you can't even describe the feeling of walking to the bus when my room is right outside where they always get together and start their celebration party or whatever you want to call it. And it's just when you have people from all walks of life from all over the country, whether it's North Dakota, Minnesota, or Utah, or you name it, it's just a tremendous feeling. And I hope like crazy. I know the bowling alley was packed. I know they put up 2 TVs with the webcast and everything. And I hope like crazy we can get about another 100, 200 fans coming up this weekend, because it's just amazing the support and how much that helps our energy level and everything. So it's just been a tremendous experience, and we're not stopping now.
Definitely. Well, you've got the day off tomorrow. Good luck on Monday.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Craig Smith, coach of the Mayville State University Comets. Again, Mayville State the win, 82-81 over Cedarville. They'll play Northwest in the Final Four at 6 o'clock on Monday night. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here from Point Lookout. Again, Mayville State, first ever Final Four appearance here at the National Division II NAIA Men's Basketball Tournament. We'll be bringing you coverage of that game at 6 o'clock on Monday night right here on KMAV 105.5 FM, as well as on the web, MayvilleStateUniversity.edu and KMAVRadio.com. Congratulations, Mayville State, into the Final Four, 82-81, the final. I'd like to thank all our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them. Ask you to patronize our sponsors. At the very least, stop in and say thank you for making each sports broadcast possible here on KMAV. For engineer back to studio, Jennifer Keating, another job well done. KMAV Sports, I'm Jay.